photographic studios. Do we what? No, we do not. Good morning.
Short shrift, Emily.
Do we do anything unusual?
Well, you never know.
What?
It might have been above board.
He sounded seedy. And please don't say we need the custom.
Have I done something wrong?
I'm sorry. I woke up with this nightmare about Kenneth. Kenneth and that time I sent the letter when he was in America and Val... Anyway, I hardly slept. Ernest, you shouldn't kneel down in those trousers. It's so infuriating.
They're my trousers.
Life, Ernest. The way one gets involved willy-nilly in other people's affairs when really all one wants... I don't know, Olive. She's hardly a bosom friend. An acquaintance, but hardly a bosom friend.
Emily, stand still, stop wittering and make sense.
She was meant to be meeting you last night. You, not Kenneth.
Well, maybe he's more interesting to her.
You're interesting, Ernest. And I wanted her to meet you as my colleague.
And intended?
Yes, well, there's that too. Instead, she leaps on Kenneth. Now he'll think I was engineering. He'll think I brought her there simply to...
Leap?
Well, won't he? Because I think he will. And that's where the letter comes in. I did become embroiled that time before, and now Olive's trying to embroil me again. Well, I'm just not having it.
Good.
Oh, please do take me seriously.
Oh, Emily, I do. But all this fuss about Ken, well, we don't even know what he's thinking for a start. I mean, he may want to be paired off with Olive Rowe.
Do you think so?
I think we have a client coming. Any minute now.
I'm sorry.
Calm again?
I'm sorry.
Noted.
Are you sure?
Could you take that?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. And clear a space. Well, you have to do a little better than that. Yeah. All right. Well, the signs look good from Sheffield and Birmingham. Sugar?
Oh, 3, please, Chef.
Good. I think you should apply to both. Of course, you have to go through the normal channels, you know, clearinghouses, things like that.
Oh, I know all about that.
Good, good. Well, I don't see any problems then. You?
Well, sussing out the application forms.
Aha, anticipated. I have it there. You sitting comfortably?
University degree. Instant road to fame and fortune. Escape route from the working class.
You referring to me?
Well, if the cap fits.
Yes, well, don't let it, you know, it's very difficult to escape. Apart from my appearance, don't let that put you off.
What, do you want to escape?
Well, yes, when I was your age, certainly I did, and I had all the pressures on me that I remember telling you about.
Ah, you mean your father?
Yes.
Do you know, it makes me want... Well, I want to... Where I'll really end up. If I'm really doing the right thing.
You know, Nick, my pushing you to university isn't going to give you a passport to fulfillment and happiness. That's something else again.
To do with?
Varies from person to person.
Poor old Olive didn't find a secret to happiness, did she?
Yes, so we'll sit at the table, shall we, to fill that form out. I think it'll be easier to write here. Bring the copies, would you?
Dear old stuff, Olive. B.A. Exeter, spinster of the parish, left on the shelf. It's pathetic, isn't it?
Oh, I thought you lot were against marriage.
Ah, she don't think that, though.
Well, that's her business, surely.
I'd have said it were yours myself.
Have you got a pen? Right.
Mrs. Walker.
Hello, Mr. Dodgson. Do you know these mats are wearing rather well? I must tell the brewery.
It's made.
What is?
The tonic drink Maggie Clegg advised me about, from an old known herbal remedy.
Hilda, dear, forgive me for being obtuse, but what for?
Oh, and now, Mrs. Walker, you and me have got to stick by one another, you know. We can't pass by on the other side or turn the other cheek.
No. Now, you've told me it's a remedy, but what's the ailment?
Oh, well, now, you'll embarrass me, Mrs. Walker. I couldn't just spell it out in cold blood.
Well, might I have a clue, do you think?
Yeah, I could give you one from my own experience, from when I was affected, like.
Well, please do.
Well, it started in the park, you see. That was the scene of it. Winter in the park. Abundant snow. Then there was this man come into my life, then went out of it again. In the winter, never got to spring. His name was Greenwood.
Very appropriate for the surroundings.
Yeah, never got to spring, though. Finished before it had hardly begun, like a flower nipped in the bud.
Why don't you have a sip?
Yeah. Of course, my Stan's a good man, you know, Mrs. Walker. Wouldn't have been fair on Stanley.
No, poor Mrs. Ogden. Fate is cruel, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, I have finished it.
Never mind. I think, dear, you know, that I'll rely on my own resources to pull me through.
Come again?
Purple sprouting broccoli, and it's very succulent.
Well, why don't you eat it?
Well, I don't know what it tastes like. I mean, I've never had any before.
Why'd you grow it then?
Well, I saw the name in the catalogue.
Oh. Well, what does Obi say?
Yes, if it's finished within the week.
You'll be lucky. The rate this outfit's going on. Got to take me and my back boiler.
All right, Albert, we're just a bit behind, that's all.
And you know why, don't
Do
you?
you mind getting out of here and taking your garden with you?
Does Alan eat broccoli?
Once upon a time, yes. Now, no. It's always collie on Wednesdays. That is, if the price is right.
Oh, well, this is cheap enough for
Sprout
what it is.
somewhere else.
You're in a jolly mood this morning. Is the business getting you down?
Will you tell Alan I'll do them garage doors myself as soon as I'm fit?
So, don't you trust Stan Ogden?
What's that to you?
Well, for one thing, this business seems to be going to rack and ruin. And part of it does belong to Len.
Fairclough! Don't make me laugh.
Now, look, it's not his fault.
He happens to be working out of town. Yes, happy coincidence. Just once he's rung in. Once. Some totty hanging round his neck. I could hear her giggling down the phone.
Yes, well, it's still partly his business.
Like I said, what's that to you?
Oh, I forgot. You don't like being thumped, do you?
Right. Not by Fairclough or by anybody. Not fool does, anyway.
And you're not that by half.
Oh, I'll tell you when I am. When Fairclough's playing hooky and I'm here flogging myself. I tell you, there are times when I just want to sit back and watch this whole place go to pot. To serve him right. I wouldn't, so don't lose any sleep.
Three sailors?
Yeah, me. I know it sounds daft. Well, they are a bit, but they want it for a sort of memento.
Have you known them long?
Well, since they docked. They're off again on Thursday.
Tomorrow afternoon, 3:30.
Oh, thanks.
I thought since I was passing I'd just drop in.
Miss Nugent, I promise they'll behave themselves.
Hope I haven't called at an inconvenient time. Would that worry you? Oh, come on, Emily. I know it must have looked a bit rude, my walking out last night, but I thought you'd understand.
Oh, yes. I understood all right.
I'm glad I went. I think it was right to go. I helped put the kids to bed, and that made things very informal. It was very nice. And then afterwards I made a cup of tea. We sat there chatting about this and that, nothing very important. Like old friends. Well, we are. We talk the same language.
And Ernest wouldn't, I presume.
Sorry?
Ernest Bishop is my dear friend. Last night you deliberately snubbed him.
Well, look, I'm sorry if it looked like that.
Yes, of course, I'm very naive. I thought when you said Ernest, you meant Ernest, not code word Kenneth Barlow in Operation Hunt the Man.
I think that was uncalled for.
I don't. You can use what machinations you like, but please, in future, leave me out. I have some scruples, even if you don't.
Scruples?
That was the word I used.
Oh, I used to have scruples in the past. Wait, don't jump the gun. That one's still hesitating. That one belongs to someone else. Oh, I've had scruples, all right. And it doesn't work, not anymore. Other people fight for what they want. They see what they want and they... Yes, all right, last night I took my chance. And as far as I'm concerned, it worked. And I'm prepared to go all out, whether it comes off or not. Because I have to. Because... Well, you know how old I am.
My age, give or take a few years.
Well, I thought you would understand.
Well, I'm rather a fatalist, I'm afraid.
Oh, yes, now you can afford to say that.
Well, I didn't pursue Ernest. He certainly didn't me. Mutual understanding, that's what we believe, letting things take their natural course.
No, there's no moral value in putting up with things. There's nothing good about being lonely and wasting great whole areas of yourself. Look, I'm not romantic about marriage. It's just a more convenient way to live my life, that's all.
What I said about Ernest just now, it does have to be mutual, Olive.
I know.
Well, I'm not
Well,
sure...
Ken's lonely too. He doesn't like it any more than I do. He's vulnerable. Bye.
Well, you know me, Mum. Anything with a fancy sounding name, and you can't get more fancy than, what was it?
Purple sprouting broccoli.
Right.
Why won't you buy it?
Because I remember spinach and having it forced down my throat.
Yeah, well, that's not spinach.
Albert, you're not concentrating.
Oh, sorry.
Right. There.
Hey, I've cleaned this floor once today.
Hilda, me old love, you're working too hard. You're putting me to shame.
You can say that again.
Hey, I thought you were getting a job at that warehouse.
Ah, well, I was, but they haven't thought fit to let me know. And you should be in there with your mother, not out here dominoing.
Yeah, his dinner's not ready.
I finished early today, didn't I? I had this job, but it was cancelled. It's funny, that. A service on this one of old Dewhurst's vans. He called it off.
Oh, well, you know why, don't you? I mean, it's obvious.
Not to me, Flower.
Well, it's one of the reasons I've been working so hard. As a means of paying respect.
Why? Somebody died?
Romance.
My mother.
That's why he won't go near your garage. 'Cause he's jilted her, that's why.
Oh, the college society, I say it rates very well. They've got their own dark room, that sort of thing.
Oh, what would they want me to talk about?
Well, you'd have to see Willis about that, wouldn't you? Pontificate.
As I do on Sundays.
I wasn't knocking.
You were, but never mind.
How's business anyway at the shop, I mean?
Oh, it gives me enough to live on and to pay Emily, of course. Pay Emily. Oh, dear, Emily does worry me sometimes. You know, she always makes mountains out of molehills. Really gets worked up about the slightest thing, you know. Oversensitive, I suppose. I don't know how she manages to do it, to be that sensitive.
She's a woman.
Well, are they all like that?
The majority.
Oh, well, it's very worrying, and not to mention upsetting.
Yes, I know, but it's all right for me, because I'm opting out for a bit.
Oh, are you?
Sounds surprised.
Well, I mean, what about Miss Rowe?
Well, what about Miss Rowe?
I gathered from Emily that Miss Rowe is rather opting in.
Oh.
I mean, at the Rovers the other night.
It was as obvious as all that, was it?
Shouldn't let it worry you. It worries Emily.
How the hell do I know what sort of a state she's in? She's not exactly making it public, is she?
Strange for your mamma.
No, not really. If she'd been thrown over, she'd dam it all up, wouldn't she?
Look, Millie, anything stirred up by Hilda Ogden is best forgotten about.
Oh, I'm inclined to agree with Elsie.
Ask her, Billy, say, Mother, have you been jilted?
But don't forget, she's not long a widow, you know. It's not a flaming joke.
Sorry.
Billy, if she wants you to know, she'll talk.
Yeah, well, that's just the point. She hasn't done much since she's been back. Still, hey, did you remember to remind Langton about them doors?
I did. He seemed a bit snowed under. Under Stan Ogden.
Yeah, he's at Oggy's mercy, is he?
Yeah, it seems so. I don't know what it is about Stan Ogden that gets my goat, but it's something like getting away with murder.
Yeah. Which reminds me. So, anyway.
Elsie, you know what you just said about Ray, about him only having one arm?
Yeah?
Well, he's got the other back. At least he had last night.
How did you come by that surprising bit of news?
Oh, you shouldn't ask girls questions like that. No, I was trying to fight him off. Ooh, he's better, all right.
No, No, I think I agree. They seem to work in tandem pretty well, don't they, snapping their shutters at the world?
You sound amused.
Well, when they both start being earnest about something together, they are a bit.
Well, they talk the same language, as though there's a parity between them. Intellectually.
Intellectually?
Well, don't you think that's important?
Oh,
I mean, in a
no,
couple.
yes, but intellectual's a word. It worries me, you know. It's a label that I certainly don't want. That and middle class. I surprised Nick, you know, telling him about my humble origin.
Why?
Why, Nick?
No, why does it worry you?
Well, possibly because that's what I am. A middle-class intellectual. My goodness, I've changed, you know. When I was a youth, it didn't take much to get the adrenaline going. I was very rampant about a lot of things.
We all have to compromise.
I didn't say that.
No. Sorry.
No, it's...
Sorry.
It's all right, it's just that it's a sore point, that's all. You know, when my wife died, I went to live with my mother-in-law in Glasgow. And when I came back, the neighbours had rallied round and got this house for me. It was the house I was born in. I was very aware of compromise.
I didn't mean to criticise.
Oh, it's all right, go on. I'm no great paragon. Have no illusions.
No, I don't think I have.
I don't know. Anyway, compromise doesn't matter. What matters is keeping faith with people. Now, what was I saying about Nick? What was I?
You seem to be talking about him rather a lot.
Yes, I suppose it's possible because I see in him something that I was. Now, where was I with Nick?
Sorry, I interrupted you.
That's all right. Oh, yes, he wanted me to proclaim about happiness. Well, I think that happiness is relationships and keeping faith with them. It's one of the few consolations that we have. I think I kept faith with my wife. She didn't see things in black and white, but she had a knack of combining sense and sympathy. We had a pretty remarkable marriage.
Yes, I gathered that from Emily.
I think that to try to replace her, even to attempt it, well, I couldn't do it. Certainly not for a long time yet. That would be compromise, and one that I couldn't take.
Yes, I can see that. Wiser not to try.
Yes.
Still here?
Yeah.
We'll have the broccoli tonight. It was a charming thought, love. One gets so tired of the common or garden things.
I just thought it might cheer you up a bit.
Oh, Billy, not you as well. There seems to be a mystery going on.
Oh, Mum, I know you may not want to spill it to me, but...
Billy, you are the ideal confidant. Sensitive, a man of the world. Just look at that, you know. What Hilda Ogden can do if she really sets her mind to it.
Look, Dewhurst cancelled a service today.
Oh, did he, love?
And, he's been seen about with this woman.
Oh, well, of course, he's a very sociable man, you know, his personality is so outgoing. Who was she, do you know?
No. But it started a lot of rumours, and, I don't particularly care for it myself.
Oh, Billy, how sweet. You sound so fierce.
Oh, Mum, I know you. You put a face on anything.
Would I? Yes, I suppose I would.
But is this what you're doing now?
Look, Billy, dear, you'll have to bear with me a little. Now, there are things to be said about Mr. Dewhurst, but believe me, this isn't the best of times.
I just want to know where you stand, that's all.
Oh, you and all the others.
Yeah, I know, like I said, there's rumours going around like wildfire.
Fancy, as if they've got nothing better to do.
What? Mum, you sound as if you're pleased about it all.
Now, Billy, look, the fact is this. Whatever the truth, they would believe otherwise, because I'm afraid that is their mentality. So, you'll just have to be philosophic about it, like me, and come and ask me again in a week or two.
And not to worry, eh?
Well, of course, it's a comfort to know that people feel concern.
You're going where?
A sauna. They put one in the baths at African Street, you know.
It's 4:30.
Oh, well, it should be empty now.
Great.
Do you good? Opens the pores, lets the alcohol out, eh?
So does graft.
I might try that vibrator thing. You know, it trims the muscles up, gets me tough. That's good for the job, isn't it?
How long?
Well, I better be on the safe side. Let's say, tomorrow. How do?
Hello, going a quick flip to the coast, are we?
Oh, no, love, it's too far.
Tatty bye.
Ta-ra.
Hey. Do you want to learn to work a drill?
Takes two hands, does it?
Most jobs do round here.
Oh, that include wrestling?
Aha, depends who with.
A barmaid.
It depends how big she was, or how willing, of course.
This one was reluctant. Name of Bet Lynch.
Yeah, I see. All right, missus is a fair cop.
No wonder she didn't drop dead with fright. You can't hope to get away with that, you know, for so long.
Yes, it's true, but at least I've given myself a bit of time, you know? I'm going to sort out Stan Ogden. My way, using me head.
I quite agree. As long as you don't get it knocked off your shoulders, Sir Galahad.
Well, it was all a bit of a lark, really.
And you've made up your mind? You're absolutely sure?
You've no objections, have you, to taking this photo?
Oh, no, not at all. No, it's just the grouping might be a bit tricky, that's all, what with there being three of them and one of you. I mean, you couldn't be flanked by the gentleman for a start. I mean, not evenly.
I could always sit on the knee of the one in the middle.
Yes?
Of course, the other two might get jealous.
I don't want any trouble.
No, I can see that.
Perhaps if I took 3 photos and you sat on each one in turn. Have a medium sherry, please.
Won't it be awkward, though? I mean, you will be seeing her every day.
No, I don't think so. I mean, we're both adult about it, and as I say, I explained the position to her.
I suppose you could always change your job.
Oh, well, you think that'd be a bit too drastic?
I suppose it would. The thought has occurred to me. I mean, in my position with reference to, well, it seems disloyal to talk about it, but life can be something of a strain in that shop. You see, he has 2 different compartments, me and the work. But with me, they both get muddled up. It's hardly professional, is it?
Human and womanly.
Oh, what a nice thing to say.
Do you think you'd be happy, though, without the shop stroke Ernest?
Stroke Ernest? No. I might well be inclined to worry. Whether he was managing, I mean.
No, as I said before, I've nothing against sailors, no.
That looks a very nice drink.
Medium sherry. No, I remember once at Portsmouth.
I don't think I could manage a big drink. I haven't got the energy to swallow.
That's because you've cleaned properly for once.
She's right, you know. I wouldn't care if I got any thanks for it.
Aye, appreciation is a factor.
And one thing makes it worse. I should by rights be minting it by now. That warehouse fella swore blind he'd let us know about jobs in there for me and Stan.
Have a drink?
Medium sherry.
What else do you think she's been angling for?
Ah, well, I'd angle for a job over there, all right, after my experiences in this place.
Well, I'll so it'll be ages before that starts.
Oh, no, quite shortly, I believe, according to Alan Howard.
Well, he can't know. Sure you know this drink?
And one for yourself. No, he does know, as a matter of fact, because his wife's had notification that she's got a job there, some kind of supervisor post. He seems delighted.
Elsie Tanner!
Well, I thought you'd have been pleased. I mean, you're going on about her job, so now you know who to ask. The best of British luck.